I built my lean-to greenhouse. All right, this is the lean-to greenhouse build video. And as you can see, I already got the 4 posts in the corner buried. Those are 8-foot long treated posts that are 4x4, and they're buried about 1.5 feet deep. And the lean on the lean-to, it goes from the left side of the screen to the right side of the screen. It leans to the right, obviously, because that's where I'm going to put my gutter at to catch rainwater. So, yeah, leans in that direction. It is about a 4-inch lean, and if I could do it over again, I'd probably make it like an 8 or 10-inch lean. That way, you know, leaves and junk wouldn't get trapped on the top. You know, with 3 inches of lean over that span, leaves and stuff still kind of get stuck, and the water's not kind of dripping out slowly, especially when it's not raining hard. With the steeper slope, it ensures that all that rain goes into the gutter, which eventually I want to put a gutter there to catch the rainwater. That's that. And as you can see, I'm putting some 1x4s on top. There's 3 of them, and I'm gonna span them separately in the middle. I think they were about 2.5 foot apart, and then I'm gonna put one on the very front, one on the very back, so should be about 5 total. 2x6s. Those are 2x6 boards treated at the top. So those actually run lengthwise on the screen left to right. They're there to support all the load. Before I used 2x6s in the center, 2x6s in the center and 2x4s on the outside, but then, you know, I was trying to save money because there wasn't a lot of load, but in the end, then you're trying to make up that gap from the 2x4 to the 2x6, and I think it's better just to leave them all 2x6, pay a little extra money, it's stronger anyway, and makes the build a little bit easier as well. And right now I'm lining up the 1x4 on the edge. When I put the greenhouse cover on it, it's basically like this clear hard plastic that, you know, my lean-to is built from tin, and this greenhouse lean-to is built from like a clear plastic that's made for greenhouses. All right, I got all the 1x4s on top screwed down. I got 4 running this direction. So I'm going to put those clear panels on top running the opposite direction, starting from the back to the front, and I'm going to screw those down. And other than that, it is pretty much done for the most part. Okay, now I'm going ahead and I'm putting those clear panels on the top now, and these are greenhouse design, not designed specifically for greenhouse, but they're a little bit stronger and tougher than the typical clear plastic ones. So these were a little bit more money than the others, but I think it's worth it. I think it was, I can't remember exactly. I want to say like 16, 17 bucks a sheet versus the other ones were like 8 or 9 bucks a sheet. It was definitely worth the extra cost just because of the quality of them is better, and they should last, you know, much longer than the cheaper ones. But yeah, there it is. I got 4 1x4s at the top, and as you can see, I do have them long enough to span all the way. Before I had I think 8-footers or something, so it only really hit 2 boards on one side, and then I had another 8-footer on the other side, and it was offset to catch the other 2. But at the end of the day, it's better to just buy one board, get it the right length, and then put it on top. That way you're not trying to put 2 pieces shorter side by side. It's always better just to put one long piece when you can. So yeah, that's it's going together quick. Apologize for not getting the footage for the initial build. I could have sworn I was recording everything, but for some reason they kind of disappeared off the SD card. So it could be human error, but I'm thinking something went goofy with the camera or the SD card. But yeah, right now it's just a matter of making sure the panels overhang correctly. The main thing here is just make sure they overhang where the water is going to flow out. You don't want them hanging off too far where it misses the gutter, and then if it's too short, then it's kind of leaking into the greenhouse. So it's got to hang out just right, and you know, you can measure a gutter if you really want, and you know, it's supposed to, I believe it's like 4 or 5 inches wide. So if they stick out 2 inches or so, 2 to 3 inches, then typically you're good. So it's kind of what I was doing there, just trying to make sure I get that distance right. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Greens and Gold. Appreciate y'all watching. I just wanted to give y'all
an update on the greenhouse to see how it's going. I got it framed out, and I was waiting for like 2 months for these 2x6 treated boards to come in so I can place them around the base at the bottom, because I intend to have the fill level to the top or close to the top of those cedar planks. So having the cedar in there will help it. It's less likely to rot with the cedar versus the other lumber, is what I was told. And also the treated lumber could potentially contaminate the soil and then go into the plants. So I just didn't want to use it. I wanted to go with this. But anyway, I finally got those in. Took like a month and a half, 2 months. Finally got them. And I got this door set up here. I've never really framed out a door in this configuration before, but it's got some gaps in it for sure. But I think it'll work good for what I got going on. And as you walk in, I got these shelves set up here and here, and I want to put some long 2x4s, just 2 of them, 12-foot long, running the length of it, and then I'm going to put some small 1x4s, 32 inches, running the other way, and that'll be the table in here. And I want to do the same thing on this side as well. So that's the plan. And then in the back, maybe I can plant some stuff in the ground. I might build another rack on top later, and maybe on the bottom as well. But for now, I'm just worrying about the big shelves in the center. So I just cut these 45-degree angles and nailed them back to the vertical board. But that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue on with the greenhouse build. Let's check it out. All right, the plan here, I got this board as a support, and I want to create another support for the long 2x4s running this way. So I got 2 in the middle, and I want to put 1 on this side, 1 on that side. And instead of making these fancy triangle frames like I did in the middle, since I have these posts vertical, I'm going to go ahead and utilize those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a 2x4 this way from this end to this end, and have it the same level as this board here. So it's going to be turned vertical instead of horizontal. So, but the tops will be level. So when I put the 2x4s running this way, should all be level. And on this side, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, except I'm going to go from that post in the corner to the side of the door frame there, and then do the same thing on the other side. So yeah, let's get to it. Ignore the best of the back, by the way. All right, so now that I got this side done, this table, now gonna work on this side. And I already put these 2x4s up, and it's pretty basic here. All I did was installed a 2x4 at the bottom right here, and then screwed it in on 4 sides, 2x4 on the bottom, and then screwed this 2x4 that's 28 inches long here at the top. Just 2 screws here, and now I'm going to add that 45 degree here, do the same thing on this side, and yeah, it's just mirror image of this. Nothing too crazy, keep it simple. Now to cut the bracing board at the bottom, what I do is I cut to 45 degree angles. I don't have a perfect saw for it. This gets me kind of close, so it's not perfect, but it gets the job done. So just 2 45 degree angles on the ends, and cut it roughly 3 foot long, and that's my support. Well, this is what the greenhouse is looking like. We got 3 sides wrapped up. Apologies, wasn't able to record that part. I got 2x4s and then 1x4s running the length this way, but I'm still a little concerned about how much it's flapping with the wind, so I might have to put some 1x4s at an angle, possibly, or maybe some type of cheap fencing material. I'm not sure yet, but just all this flapping around is getting me a little nervous. I know it doesn't look great with all these lumber, recycled lumber I found, but it's what I got to work with. So I got 3 sides of it done, and I didn't have quite enough material to finish the front. I have a small piece over there that's left, and then I got some over there, but it's a different type of plastic. It's not as strong and durable as this, but I'm gonna go ahead and use what I got anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this greenhouse up, finish the front of it, and go ahead and put some more wood along the sides to minimize all the flapping going on. Get this sucker done right now. Well, there it is. May not be the most appealing to the eye, but it'll get the job done. It's 10 by 12. Walk in here, got a shelf on the left, shelf on the right, and I got some 2x4s for bracing at the bottom, and I'll go ahead and put some 2x4s or 2x6s running lengthwise later for an additional shelf at the bottom. I need to put some more mulch or soil or something in here to kind of raise up the dirt a little bit. I want it to be at least, I was planning to go initially to the top of that 2x6 at the bottom, but I think just halfway up it will be good, just to reduce on the amount of fill. But that's about it. Completed greenhouse, and it is pretty warm in here. Already feeling it. I did leave a gap at the bottom for now. I kind of ran out of material. I have some over here extra that I could use, but I mean, it's already you know, mid 70s outside, so I doubt it's going to get cold enough, so I'll probably just cover that up if we do have a freeze for whatever reason, a freak freeze, or it'll be ready to go for next year. But for right now, I'm going to leave that gap at the bottom. That's all I got. Once again, appreciate y'all watching. That's how I built my lean-to greenhouse. Now my next step is going to be to put a rainwater catcher just like this side. This is my kind of, it's going to be a storage area eventually, but right now it's kind of just gives me shade and collects rainwater is its main purpose. And I want to do the same thing on this side. Go ahead and catch rainwater here as well. But other than that, that's it. Completed greenhouse. Be sure to give this a thumbs up if y'all enjoyed the video, and appreciate y'all watching. Take it easy.